Pricing a home is extremely important. It's not a perfect science, but getting the perfect number or the perfect strategy could mean thousands extra in your pocket. There's 3 different strategies when you're pricing a home. So the 3 different strategies really depend on time of year, where the market is at, is it a buyer or seller's market, and where your price range is. A lot of factors go into it, but don't worry, that's what I'm here for. If you're watching this, you're either a client that's looking to sell soon, and I sent this to you so you can just get an idea of the 3 strategies and the risks associated with all 3, or you stumble upon my video because you're looking to sell maybe in the near future and looking to choose what the best strategy for you could be. Before we start, I'm Tristan Ritchie from Lake City Realty. I'm a realtor here in Sudbury that helps people buy and sell in the Sudbury area. I don't really do rentals, but I love what I do, and I'm making these videos to help educate you. So if they help, please like, comment, subscribe. I know it's a little bit of effort on your part, but it means a lot. Let's get right into it. Let's start with the first strategy, and it's pricing it right on the button, right around what you're worth. The benefits of doing this are usually your days on market are a little bit lower, but sometimes they might not be sold right away. So you might have to wait a little bit, wait for the right offer, but you also have the little bit of a chance of maybe 2 offers, maybe 3 offers and getting slightly above asking. So you're right in that vicinity, right? So people will come see your house. You're not missing out on that many showings because you're overpriced, but you're not super underpriced where you're getting everyone coming through your house thinking it's the best deal ever. So this is a pretty safe method. Once in a while, this can drag out. Like I've had a listing that we priced it right on the button, expecting maybe a little bit of a negotiation, and we were on the market for 6 months. I spent so much in marketing during those 6 months, and it's just finding the right buyers sometimes. But I believed in the price. I told them to decline a few offers that were just too low. People automatically think when it's on the market for a long time, you can steal it, which is not the case if you're working with a strong realtor. I will tell you straight up to decline if you have to sometimes. So pricing it right on the button, again, things vary, but that is a usually pretty safe bet, give or take a few thousand right on each side. Strategy number 2, this just started about 6-7 years ago here in Sudbury when COVID hit and the market started to skyrocket. So that's the underpricing method. People always get a little scared when I tell them the price that we should list at when we're underpricing because it's way too low, right? But that's the goal. So the goal of underpricing a property is to get a ton of showings and action, which 99% of the time results in multiple offers, several offers, above asking, and no conditions. This will get you a really quick sale, but you have to price unrealistically low. It is annoying for some of the buyers out there, I understand, but if you're an educated buyer, you just know that it's not going to actually sell for that, right? And as my seller, if we just end up with 1 offer at the underpricing price, we decline, we raise the price to our actual value, right? So there's not that much risk. Buyers don't like seeing the jump in price, but hey, you're doing what's right for you as a seller. So the benefits of this are you're getting multiple offers. It's usually a really quick sale within 5-6 days. You're getting above asking. 99% of the time, it's no conditions if you price it low enough. On the other hand, the risks are you can sometimes get a deal when you're bidding against 5 other people, because what if you price it $75,000 low? You're worth $500, you price it at $425, you get 25 showings, you get 4 offers, but the highest offer you get is $460, $470, but you're worth $500. So do you decline them all, raise your price to $500, someone negotiates, you get $490, $485, but you're on the market a little longer? Some people opt in to just accept that $465, $470, slightly below what maybe you should have got, but it's sold right away with no conditions, right? So you don't have to wait. So that's the risk. You maybe get a little bit more, but then sometimes you get lucky, you get the $525. It's not a perfect science, right? You know around where you should be, but it's a strategy that could be used, and it's a little bit more risky when the market starts to slow down, right? So you really need an educated realtor that's out there working, that knows if it's going to work or not. It also works for different price ranges. If you're in a higher price range above $750,000, I wouldn't really recommend this strategy. If you're under $400,000, every house sells pretty quick, then you just got to be at the right number to attract enough people, and I would recommend. In between, you know, the 500, 600,000, it's very hit or miss depending on your house, time of year. So you really want to be careful using this strategy, but it's used by a lot of people in the lower price ranges lately. Number 3, is pricing higher than what you want and then waiting for someone to come and negotiate. I'm not going to give away my secrets for this one and where I use this the most, but there's certain price ranges, certain types of homes that you price it a little high and you wait for the right buyer to come by and knock a good chunk off. So you're expecting the big negotiation. You price it higher, so you're ending up where you want because you know someone's going to come in and negotiate. Again, I'm not going to tell you exactly which price ranges because I know other realtors are going to be watching this, but if I'm at your kitchen table, I will explain it to you and why we should use this strategy in certain cases. In other cases, in other price ranges, please do not touch this strategy because it's actually backfired. So let me show you a couple examples. I gave people a price recently. I was like, we should go at $585. This is going to drive enough traffic. We'll get around that price. We'll do pretty well. The market's busy right now. And they're like, let's try $630. I know $630 doesn't seem that much higher than $585. But in a market where people are expecting to pay above asking or really close to asking, it just seemed too high, right? And everyone that lives in their home, I get it because it's the same with me when I sell one of my rentals. You're like, oh, anyone would want this, right? Because you've owned it, you've lived in it, you know what it feels like. You don't see the issues that other buyers might see. So we priced it at $630. We ended up being on the market for just over 6 months. Should have been a quick sale. Could have been at like $580 if we listed at $585. We ended up having to drop the price too many times. And that's because the market wasn't reacting to it, right? They've seen it already. Why is it listed? There must be something wrong, which there wasn't. But then we ended up dropping, we sold for $540. So overpricing ended up backfiring. That's not always the case. That's an extreme example, but that is what could happen. Again, real estate is very malleable. Things change on a dime. And sometimes things happen that I can't even explain. And I've been in the business, sold over 100 homes last year. You got to stick to the plan, have confidence, and it's going to work out. Use the right strategy. So those are the 3 strategies. If you have any questions, you're looking to sell your home in the near future, please feel free to reach out. I'd love to help you out.